Clippers had the home court advantage last year in the playoffs, but dropped the first of the games as Paul George knocks down a little mid-range jumper. That was subpar today as well. George, single digits on the shot clock. Drive, kick, swing to Coffey for three, and the Brewmaster delivers on a triple. George tries to play a two-man game with Zoo, calls his own number. Oh, reorganizes in mid-flight and lays it in.
Brian, I don't know if warm-ups mean a whole lot, but if they do, Kleber didn't miss many shots in warm-ups. I happened to be watching him before the game, and he was knocking everything down.
Second chance here for Paul George and company, trying to break the tie at 12. Kennard, good look at a three. It's good for Kennard.
When he was at the top of the circle, got an offensive rebound and dunked it, you've got to put a body on him. He chases the ball.
George, nice pass inside to Hartenstein, and he lays it in. George draws the defensive assignment of Porzingis, tries to lob it to Hartenstein and overthrows him and out of bounds. The rebound is collected by Eric Bledsoe. Kennard with time and space for three. It's good. The third three for the Clippers cuts the lead down to 2. Timeout Dallas. Pocket picked by Brunson. In a foot race with George, goes behind the back to Finney-Smith. And give credit to George for contesting what would have been an absolute. George picked up by Porzingis playing with those 2 fouls. Draws a crowd. Whips it into Zoo. Brings it down below his belt. But some way, somehow lays it in. As the ball stripped, it has to float it back out to George. Plenty of time on the clock for the Clippers. George rises from 20 and rips the core. It's his third bucket here today. Nikita gets to the free throw line, swings it back out to Finney-Smith. Good ball movement here for Dallas. Nikita hit a three earlier, misses. Porzingis with the rebound, a whistle, and a foul. Good stuff. I think we see Sacramento 3 times in the month of December. Happy for Alvin Gentry as Ivica Zubac lays it. George with 7 to shoot for the Clippers, drives in on Bullock. He goes to the house. Oh my! Hello, nasty! Clippers now shooting 40%. Mavericks at 44%. In this first half, a whistle and a foul. That'll be the 4th against the Clippers here in this second quarter. Maybe you go right at him. On the switch, he's picked up by George. 5 to shoot. George steps away, fires the three. It's good for Paul George. He has 11. 6th three-pointer today for the Clippers.
Banking on the fact that his star from the first half will be able to defend without fouling.
Brunson steps into the passing channel. 8 to shoot for the Clippers. Bledsoe looking for Zoo. Now late for Paul George. Gonna have to bail out the Clippers with a mid-range jumper, and he does what he does best. Knocks it in. He's 6 of 12 from the field. And now Paul George and the Clippers are back the other way.
Clippers did a great job of building a wall. The defense there, PG does a great job of getting that shot up and in.
Clippers out in front with 7:20 to play in the third. George left alone, that provokes a three. His second triple. Clippers lead 61 to 52. Coffey putting Porzingis in the grinder. Has to kick it out to Bullock for three, misses. And the rebound collected by Paul George. George drives it on Brunson, swivels to the baseline, puts it up off the window. Oh, with a kiss and a smile. Paul George now with 20. This second half resembles much more of an NBA game than the first half did. Burke misses, Paul George rebound. George into man. The defense there by Brunson. Clippers have a little bit of time. Paul George is aware, a whistle and a push off. That'll be foul number 4 for Paul George. George into man. The defense there by Brunson. Clippers have a little bit of time. Paul George is aware, a whistle and a push off. That'll be foul number 4 for Paul George.
Good, like it's coming out of his hands and it's going to go in.
Great look in the corner for George. Dueling banjos here in downtown Los Angeles. Very entertaining and very efficient here in the second half. 7 to shoot for Brunson. Great defense by man. Deflection by George. Here come the Clippers. When he gets in these little benders, that is the case. Porzingis with the mismatch over the top of man. Misses. George knocked to the ground on the rebound. Alvin Gentry, now the new head coach for the Sacramento Kings. Getting out of the inbound. Deflected. Here comes Dallas. It didn't want to It's like when you're trying to call over an animal. You don't want to be kind of quiet about it, but yes, indeed. Steve Ballmer waiting for that opportunity. I, for one, am very optimistic that the Clippers will have several of those opportunities. Jumper offline. George with the rebound. Here come the Clippers looking to push to the house and punches it in with the right hand. Jumper offline. George with the rebound. Here come the Clippers looking to push to the house and punches it in with the right hand.
This is the isolation, the complete side of the floor.